Hello, my name is Rocky Dennis, and we're continuing with 2064 Read Only Memories, a very cute, queer cyberpunk mystery adventure game. If you missed the first part, you can find it on YouTube, but we're going to carry on from now. We're going to play Chapter 2. Give you a quick little rundown of this game. So this is a cyberpunk point-and-click adventure game heavily inspired by the likes of Snatcher, primarily. And we are playing as a character who is a headphone reviewer and writer who one day wakes up in his apartment with a robot who claims that they are the robot created by one of our old friends who has gone missing. So we are trying to find out their whereabouts. We went to their apartment, there was no sign of anything. We went back to their apartment and then it had been vandalized very suddenly and very mysteriously. And that's basically where we are. We were knocked out cold and we woke up in hospital. So that's where we're going to carry on now. Yes, Clementine Bot, voiced by the same voice actor that voiced Clementine in The Walking Dead. We're going to see some other pretty famous voices coming up in this episode, I believe. I don't actually remember exactly where they pop up. But I'm going to bring the sound down from me a little bit, but hopefully it shouldn't affect you. And then I'm going to bring up the sound for you. So now if you could please tell me that you can hear the music and you can hear me. I very much appreciate it. You can hear both, that's good, that's good. Well, I'm just gonna move this over and then we're just gonna continue. Alright, so the last thing that happened, the very last thing before we save the game, is that someone mysteriously started talking to us from behind the curtain. So let's check out who that could possibly be. Standard hospital curtain, low quality fabric, tacky sterile color, and steam cleaned beyond recognition. So we got a patient, let's take a look. Seems he's your roommate.
Sorry for being a nosy, Nancy. Hayden's an old friend of mine, and this sounded all too familiar. Has anything happened to him?
Who are you?
Of course, I've not yet introduced myself. My name is Dr. Yannick Fairlight, and I'm the founder and former CEO of System 1 Software, now owned by Parallax.
He is telling the truth, at least as far as I can intuit from information on the meshnet.
I pointed this out in the first part, but it is so cute how Turing is sitting with their hands in their lap like that, looking really worried.
And I do recall Hayden mentioning a Dr. Fairlight, at least once in passing at some point.
I haven't played Wolf Among Us, but that is not unlikely because I did look up a lot of the voice actors, and a ton of them are voice actors from Telltale games. So if you recognize a voice, that's probably why. But I can't confirm that one.
See, I don't bite.
Were you listening in on our conversation?
I hate to be the one to tell you, but privacy screens are hardly soundproof. However, if this situation concerns us both, perhaps we can help each other. I won't press you for details, but perhaps I could be of some assistance.
Synopsis reminded me of The Automatic Detective by A. Lee Martinez. Oh, I'm not familiar with that.
I remember my association with Hayden fondly, and I'd be happy to help in any way I can.
He's in this game? Well, yeah, that's probably him then. You said former CEO?
Yes. As I've mentioned, Parallax acquired my company, System 1 Software. I accepted a CTO position, and additionally served on Parallax's board for several years. The other directors and I had a difference of opinion about the direction the organization should take.
Robot detective looking for missing neighbors. Not much else in common. Fun book though. Oh, that does sound. I do like robots in books for some reason.
Most ROMs used today seemed ludicrous at the time.
Yeah, I did want to play Wolf Among Us because I've actually read a little bit of Fables. I like the look of Wolf Among Us, but it was just one of those games that when it came out I didn't have time, and then time just went. You know what it is like.
With fire, dangerous, morally ambiguous fire, and well, we hadn't invented a bucket of water.
We'll work it out afterwards, but I have other games that you've given me that I need to play. But thank you.
By hobbyist hackers. Well, needless to say, it was a PR nightmare. Everything halted until we could get the damage fixed. And since the security work that goes into maintaining the integrity of near impenetrable meshnet is astronomically expensive.
We're getting a lot of exposition now, so but hopefully not too much longer.
We had our share of disagreements.
Oh, gosh.
In the end, I was voted off the board and they went on without me. Do I have hard feelings? Of course, who wouldn't? In the end, though, it really doesn't matter. I'm an old rich man with enough hobbies to last the next 2 decades.
How did you meet Hayden?
Hayden and I made our acquaintance when the 2 companies first underwent the merger. At the time, he was a young, hotshot researcher working in the search data correlation sector. He was assigned to find the best ways to integrate Parallax's own collection and analysis tools into System 1's LIPS operating system. He was a bit much to handle at times, honestly, but I admired his passion for the subject.
Do you know anything about Hayden's research?
His research? No, not so much. I remember at the time he had interest in advanced machine sapience, but that is the realm of science fiction.
Is there now?
He once showed me a prototype of his. She was quite clever, very convincing, but you could tell she did not contain the spark of life. I assume that you are another of his creations.
Yes, I am. I'm sorry, I didn't introduce myself. My name is Turing. Did you say she?
Ah, yes. She was quite insistent on that fact over the course of my conversation with her. Hayden said that she had picked out the color for her casing herself. Pastel pink.
Sounds cute.
Still, I must assume you are far more advanced than she if you're spearheading the search for your creator. Perhaps I should have had more faith in Hayden's little hobby.
Do you know what became of her, or where she might be now? Hayden has told me so little of his past research.
I'm sorry, Turing. It was a long time ago, and I'm afraid my memory is not what it used to be. If any of my contacts in Parallax make mention of your erstwhile sibling, I'll pass it on to you.
Yeah, it's definitely a kawaii robot world.
Thank you, Dr. Fairlight.
Let me ask about something else.
Of course. Ask away.
So, let's, what are you doing here?
The chair you find me in is an advanced diagnostic and life support run. its development is one of my hobbies, so to speak.
Yeah, a good point here. I'm sat here wondering why Hayden hasn't told Turing much about his research. Like, you want to keep secrets from your child like that. Yeah, I feel like we're going to get into that a little bit later, but the sort of my feeling now, without remembering specifics, is that Hayden sort of didn't want to influence Turing too much, if that makes sense. Like that he wanted Turing to be able to not have any preconceptions about what he should and shouldn't be. And it would then, in that case, it would make sense if he doesn't tell him too much about how he was built, or what he was built for, or what came before him, like before his previous research. But I stress that I don't remember exactly if that is canonic, or if that's me theorizing, but that's the impression I get from just as far as we've come so far.
It monitors my vitals and administers medications as necessary to keep my body stable.
Nice.
I likely would have perished long ago without it, or at least would have been severely bedridden.
It's like a really advanced gamer chair, really, if you get right down to it.
Requires frequent maintenance, and I'm here to have it examined. There's a particular fellow at this hospital who is the only one I trust to run the correct diagnostics and fine-tune things to my exact needs. It's the same way you might get your car serviced, making sure everything's in check. It's too integral to my health to count on just luck.
I need the best doctors to look at my gamer chair.
Unfortunately, many critically injured patients were rushed into surgery all at once. My appointment has been pushed back. The hospital administrators placed me here with a resting patient so as not to be disturbed by the chaos outside.
Describing, so say, help me, my gamer chair isn't administering my monster energy. That's gonna be, I think that's like a plot point in Death Stranding 2, maybe?
I don't think they expected you to awaken quite as quickly as you did.
How can you help?
I can think of a few ways. I still have some contacts in Parallax and can put out some quiet feelers. Maybe they'll know something. I will admit, I don't have much to offer until there's more information. Is there anything you can tell me? I'd like to help in any way I can.
Sorry, got bots in chat. There we go. Sam just has to do deliveries in his chiral-powered gamer chair. It enables him to hold 10 times his body weight, whilst also administering monster energy every 10 minutes. Yeah, that's pretty good.
What did you find at Hayden's apartment?
That'd be like a mix between Death Stranding and like the second half of WALL-E.
The first time we went, nothing. But when we went back to extract his computer's data cache...
I don't like the second half of WALL-E, for the record. Good evening, Shaggy
The
DL.
place had been pillaged, and the human revolution had spray-painted slogans all over our walls.
How are you doing tonight?
Hayden's computer was gone, and we were assaulted. And now we're here, injured and losing our trail with each passing second. We're still frustratingly in the dark and running out of time. I fear Hayden is slipping out of reach. I am failing him.
No, I'll be okay,
I'm
Turing.
very sorry to hear that. I wish I could do more. Hayden's company was most enjoyable.
What do you want?
What do I want?
Yes, what do you want?
It would be nice to be young again. Play the darling of the company. Court prince and pauper alike. But right now, someone I grew very fond of is in great danger. I simply wish to see Hayden home again, safe.
It's been very interesting speaking to you, Dr. Fairlight.
Turing, are you sure we can trust him?
I don't think we have any choice.
If I'm looking into this on my own, you might as well benefit from it. We both want the same thing, yes? It's up to us to seize opportunity when it appears.
I suppose you're right.
I think I have a lead for you two that will prove most useful. You said you found human revolution slogans spray-painted on the walls. I am acquaintances with the man leading the current human revolution protests at the Genus Clinic. His name is Brian Mulberry.
Okay.
After an introduction from me, he may be willing to shine some light on that particular event.
How do you know this Brian Mulberry?
Well, when I exited Parallax, I sought out like-minded individuals. We worked together to prevent a full deployment of the meshnet system.
I keep biting my lip. I'm gonna put on some gloss because it's getting really dry. Yeah, it definitely has a shade of Detroit. I haven't played Detroit, but I've seen a little bit of it. And yeah, we're gonna see more of that coming up very soon.
Mulberry was one such person. We did not succeed in our efforts, obviously. Come to think of it, that event might have been what prompted Brian to take a more radical stance against technology. But yes, our motivations aligned for one brief time, and I gained his respect from it. Hopefully that can be useful for you.
You're involved with the human revolution?
No, not in this lifetime. Even if I so desired, I don't think they would approve much of my work. While Mr. Mulberry and I were associated with each other once, it was before he joined the human revolution.
Yeah, we are going to send a robot to interview someone who hates tech.
I find their
That is exactly what we're going to do.
Aggressive, their stated goals dangerously backwards. While I pushed for careful deployment of technology after the Parallax System 1 merger, I am no caveman. After all, I'd likely be dead without the advanced technology that goes into this chair.
Thank you for helping us out like this.
I will send a message downstairs to my assistant, Leon Decker. He will hand you one of my cards to prove your association with me to Mr. Mulberry. Make sure you speak to him before you leave. In the meantime, I'll get in touch with some other individuals I know and try to find out any other information about Hayden that I might be able to pass on to you.
Yeah, he's mentioning it a lot.
I'll be in contact. It was a pleasure meeting you both.
Like someone who's just got like a new phone or something. We should get going, Turing.
Of course. Please, do not let me delay you any further. Good luck, Turing. I don't think Hayden's faith in you is misplaced. You are an impressive piece of technology.
Thank you, Dr. Fairlight. We'll be in touch.
I do think that this game benefits a lot from the voice acting because we have these it's obviously very dialogue heavy, and I think having these scenes make them a lot more digestible than if you were just reading all this text.
Should I call downstairs to have you discharged?
Yes, please. Let's go.
What the hell is wrong with you?
Oh no, it's Lexi.
I can't believe that you're still pulling the exact same shit you were years ago, but this time it's truly unreal. you even realize how bad impersonating a police officer is? It's a felony, jackass. I should be slapping cuffs on you and dragging your sorry ass off right now.
Detective Rivers, wait! I'm sorry. The plan to lift your credentials and use them to access Hayden's apartment was entirely mine. Also, I feel it necessary to mention that though you are understandably upset, such language and imagery is beneath you as a respected officer of the law.
Turing is like on thin ice and just decides to start stomping the ground.
Oh, great. The robot did it, huh? I guess I'll just take you to jail then instead. That what you want? Don't even try to take all the blame. I know that a certain someone lent you a helping hand.
Love the little Roomba so much.
It isn't like you have the hardware to pull that off alone, little bot.
Well, to be honest, Detective Rivers, I think I'll tell you the whole truth, since my friend here trusts you.
Voice contribute immensely to the feeling of the game. There's so many jokes that can be delivered by tone of voice. Yes, I think so. I think it, particularly for Turing, it really gets their character across. I liked them in the original version of the game, but I think it's way better. It just works better.
Keep it under your hat, though, metaphorically. I am no ordinary ROM, but actually a prototype designed to be the first fully sapient machine. I suspect creating me is the main factor behind Hayden's disappearance, beyond his day-to-day research for Parallax. My name is Turing.
Whew. Okay. Hi, Turing. Well, that is a damn bigger problem than you first let on, huh, old pal? The first machine sapient. People are gonna have things to say about that. Especially the human revolution. Ugh. This is exactly what I wanted to avoid. You sure know how to get yourself dropped in the drink. What the hell am I supposed to do with the two of you? I guess I'm letting you off the hook. This time, and only because this time I can let you get away with it safely. I doubt anyone will notice your manipulation of that NSFPD ROM, nor that I was apparently in two places at once. But mostly because I think you're right. Someone higher up in the department is trying to delay any search into Hayden's disappearance.
Ooh, getting the scoop.
Here's the story. Apparently, the investigations you ran into this morning were about the lock on the apartment door being reported broken by a neighbor. The building couldn't reach Hayden, so they went ahead and got it fixed on their own, but the NSFPD sent a bot to check things out and guard the place for a while afterward, right? Standard procedure, treating it as a break-in. Have someone there for when Hayden shows up. Obviously, you and I know there's a bigger story. But when I filled out the missing person report, I was informed in no uncertain terms that I am to wait an entire 48 hours before I can upgrade the existing case. Why? Just on the off chance the door being busted and Hayden being missing are unrelated and my search screws something up for the completion of the break-in report. As if. There's a problem if you're so by the book you're getting paper cuts.
I am super into her. I don't even know if it is a uniform, but her giant jacket with the giant shoulder pads, but then the suit and tie, or not the suit, the shirt and tie combo. So great.
And that was before all of this happened. The chief's not happy about whoever took the bot out. That's who they're after now. They won't even care if Hayden never shows.
Today's assault and the vandalization of our apartment will only make the entire situation more confusing and sensitive for the police.
There's too many moving parts to piece anything together, and it's not fun trying to argue with the bureaucrats that one thing happened over another. These little incidents of smashing shit and spray paint sound more like Froyo Stand 2.0 to them than a serious abduction.
And I suppose I won't be very useful as a witness to the kidnapping without explaining the makeup of my being to the entire department, which will only scandalize things further. Darn it all.
Darn it to heck.
Look, it's not being squashed completely, so I don't think anyone's been bought. But until there's undeniable proof Hayden was taken by force, they're gonna care more about the poor doorknob and some paint on the walls than him being missing. Which means somebody definitely has some influence, enough to buy themselves time by forcing me to follow protocol to a T. Not that I will, but I'm gonna have to keep things quiet.
It sounds like it's going to be up to us.
Yeah, so stop messing around. There's certainly a story here, but if you keep botching your moves, you'll blow it. I'd really rather you not be involved at all, but I know that isn't gonna happen at this point. I've got a bad feeling people are gonna end up dead over this. I don't want you to be one of them, buddy.
Love her getting a little blush. Little blush.
And I really don't want to be the one making that call to your sister. Please.
I'm sorry, Lexi. I'll be careful, I promise.
Yeah, I know. Just here.
Ooh, looky here.
Take this. Use it if you have to.
Is this the same thing we got hit with?
It's not. This is a medium-range electrolaser pistol. It uses a low-power laser to create a channel of ionized gas to complete a circuit between the gun and the target, then discharges a considerable amount of current into the air. Think of it as a wireless taser of the older variety. This is a more suitable personal defense weapon, and it is legal to carry in Neo-SF without a license. The neural scrambler we were attacked with uses a powerful electromagnetic field to disrupt electrical signals in the target's nervous system. That's far more dangerous and prone to be permanently damaging to the target. You got lucky.
Oh dear.
I told you to get a weapon, but you didn't, so I picked it up on the way here. Be smart with it.
Thanks. I hope I won't need it.
Me either. I'll be in touch if I find anything out, but don't hold your breath. My superiors are gonna keep leaning on me to do nothing.
And you can use it as a Bluetooth speaker.
Back to the grind, I guess. See ya. Stay safe.
Alright.
Thank you for your time, Detective Rivers.
So I believe it's not going to be...
You should talk to the receptionist and formally check out before we go anywhere.
Alrighty. Let's do
We
this.
should also look for Dr. Fairlight's assistant, Mr. Decker. He should be somewhere around.
Alright, so we can finally take a look at stuffs.
Look, they have a Hassie machine.
Can we use the Hassie machine? If you want a Hassie, you have to pay using Lips Pay linked to your ID card. Well, okay. You pick a vanilla Hassie and drink it. You feel recovered.
Very good. Isn't Hassie the best?
We take a look at the surroundings. You're reminded of your much less healthy plant at home. A cute little cleaner ROM scrubbing the floors. The ROM isn't made for conversation, it just warbles at you. You pat the tiny ROM on the head, it bleeps cheerfully. So there we got the mysterious man we're going to talk to, but let's look at this woman first. Sitting around and waiting in a hospital is no one's favorite pastime.
The sign here says Chinese hospital. Bear in mind that we're still in Neo-SF.
Look at the cleaner go, yeah. These reception rooms are here to help people check in and answer questions about guests who stay here.
Patient? My records indicate that you have been admitted for possible cranial trauma. You should currently be in your assigned bed resting. While I am truly delighted to see that you have regained consciousness, I must insist that you return to your room to be examined by a medical professional immediately.
No need. Accidentally zapped myself with my own stunner.
An accidental discharge of a weapon is a serious event. I must insist that you remain for treatment. Even non-lethal stunners can leave much lasting neurological damage.
I insist.
Very well. I am prohibited by law from detaining you here against your will, patient. But you should note in your release paperwork that willful early termination of medical services releases this hospital and its parent company, ZHC, from legal liability should your condition persist or worsen outside of our care. Additionally, all test and medical data from your visit will be shared with our standard partners to help improve our services and offerings and to keep the price affordable. I am further required to inform you that this visit has expended the last of your year's governmentally mandated healthcare credits.
Nice. Great. What was that middle part?
Lastly, you will be required to provide payment or proof of private insurance for any further visits for routine or emergency medical care.
Fantastic. We're broke already, so I'm sure that's not going to be a problem.
Please take care to fill out all forms thoroughly and accurately. And do have a nice day.
Put cat on ROM. Yeah. Oh god, yes. Wish you had that option. I love Roomba cats. Been in a Chinese hospital, wouldn't recommend it. Yeah, I'll take your word for it. Laughed at the dialogue option. The receptionist robot really said, terms and conditions apply, see in store for details. Yes. Yes, they did.
Your medical billing makes me glad I'm synthetic. You should look for more paying journalism work before you get shot again.
That's actually how I try to live in my personal life as well.
Before we leave, we should look for Dr. Fairlight's assistant, Leon Decker.
But it's so lovely to have healthcare with all this choice. A screen showing hospital information and city updates. Let's talk to the mysterious man. A young man stands alone in a casual pose. Not much that's tangible here, except that hair.
Hello, the name's Leon Decker. It's a pleasure to meet you. Fairlight messaged ahead that I needed to pass one of his cards on to you. Here.
Alright, we got the card.
Thanks for taking your time with him. He really gets in one of his moods when the chair's getting fixed. The last gala he organized was full of unsavory types. He's probably happy to help folks whose pockets aren't deeper than their thoughts.
Yeah. But ice cream for all our credits 2 minutes ago, yes. Yeah, the gamer chair has text messaging built in. It's like WhatsApp or something. Mind if I ask you a few questions?
Yeah, boss said you'd have a few for me. I'm not really supposed to answer anything too private, but take your best shot.
What kind of work do you do for Dr. Fairlight?
Oh, mostly gopher work, to be honest. Started when I was just out of the military. I was looking for a gig from someone who wouldn't care that I was an army brat. North Korea made that hard. The old man pays me to guard his life, run a few errands for him, and play substitute arm candy at most of the charity galas. Not terribly exciting, but I've already had enough excitement to last me another 30 years.
What do you think Fairlight is helping us?
You think sitting in that chair all day is very entertaining? You know, the old man's talked to me about the things he used to do in his glory days. I'm sure he told you about when he was the head of some big companies.
I'm not supposed to answer anything too private. No problems, Leon. We just need a long number on the front, the expiry date, and a 3-digit security code on the back. And your mother's maiden name?
He was cold, ambitious, and took down anyone with half a mind to get in his way. I think once he aged, he realized how lonely that kind of life can be. Helping people's the only way he can feel like he's still doing something. But hey, what do I know? I just spend all my time with him.
What's your story?
Probably not as exciting as you hope. I grew up in Montana, on a family farm. I didn't have my pa's farm hands, so I joined the military as soon as I could, like my grandpaps. Came home looking to do something a whole lot quieter for the rest of my life. I didn't know at the time how boring quiet could be. But hey, I'll take it over getting shot at.
Thank you, Leon.
No problem. I'll be around, if you know where to look. You have a good day now.
Alright.
Well, we're free to leave. Why not head back home first, yes? I'm sure you'd like the chance to shower at least. For such a clean place, it sure seems to have left you feeling foul.
Alright, we're home. Physically, mentally, and journalistically refreshed.
You look good.
Oh, thank you. You look good too.
If you're feeling up for it, we should go find Tomcat and tell them about what happened. They should still be waiting for us at Stardust. Let's not keep them waiting.
Oh,
By the
shall
way,
not.
while you were showering, I was able to replant your Crassula ovata. Don't forget to talk to it and give it some love. When I try talking to it, it doesn't even notice I'm there. Either way, our next move is Stardust.
Turing is so fresh. I love Turing. Let's take a look at our plant. Turing said not to water it anymore. Just leave it be and send it good vibes. It'll be okay. You'd rather let it suffer in peace. Hello, Wilty. Nice leaves.
Every bit will help in the end.
Can talk to our sink. Did it just try to talk back?
Hi.
I don't know if we can convert. No, we can't converse.
You look good.
No. You're adorable. You're so adorable. Right, I don't think that there's anything else in here, so yeah, let's just go.
Ready to head out?
Yep, okay, let's head out. Alright, so we got a few places we can go. We can go to Stardust again. Well, we got Lexi at the station, so maybe we should go and check it out.
Welcome to the Neo San Francisco Richmond District Police Station.
Hello, super sweet boy. I hope you're doing good. It's lovely to see ya.
How may I be of
So it's nice
assistance
to
today?
pop by to chat. Turing is really eager. You should have an off button so you can relax at home for a bit. Oh, that feels mean. I'm looking for Detective Rivers. Tell her it's Rocky.
Please give me a few moments to get in contact with Detective Rivers. Thank you for your patience.
We haven't
citizen.
quite hassled Lexi enough today.
Detective Rivers will be here shortly to speak to you. Please have a seat.
Hey again. What can I do for the two of you? You know, since I don't have anything else on my plate in a major city full of crime in the middle of a culture war.
Just checking to see if you need anything.
Mostly, I just need a break in the case, or a way to even start it. Something I can use instead of the fly-by-night spy crap you're probably digging up. But screw it, you might as well work it from both angles. Just teasing.
Music is so good, and then when a cheesy guitar comes in, so good. How's the investigation going?
Ha! It's not going much of anywhere. I can't even start an official investigation, so my options are limited here.
Oh, I got it on PS4. Yeah, it was. It's on a couple of platforms. I believe it's on Switch as well.
I've been reviewing traffic cam footage for hours, just trying to get a glimpse of whoever assaulted Hayden. My superiors aren't out and out grounding me, so there's that. But they still aren't giving me any more resources to work with. That means no extra manpower, no special tech support, nada. I'm assuming it's their way of appeasing the corporate overlords without actually being a bunch of corrupt pigs, but hey, I like a challenge. Just me in the streets is what I'm used to anyway. Plus, now I have you two.
We are happy to assist in any way possible, Detective Rivers. We are both at your command.
I'm doing okay. Yeah, actually, I should probably mention I had a I did have a job interview earlier today, which it went good. I got good feedback on it, but middle way through the interview, my cat did start making a racket. So he started by jumping on the back of the chair as I was answering a question. Then he started sort of pacing around my chair. And then what he decided to do was he started to climb the bookshelf behind me, which was in full view because of I'm using the same webcam as I did for the interview. So you could just see him like try to scale the shelf behind me as I'm trying to talk about my experience and my skills and stuff. But I'm hoping, while that was not ideal, I'm hoping that maybe the optimistic outcome is that they think, oh, he was very cool under pressure, and even though something happened, he still managed to answer the questions. I don't know. So we'll see. I've just mainly been job searching, really, and then after I've been doing that, I'm too tired to do much else. So, but otherwise, I'm doing really good, actually. Cats make everything better except Christmas trees. Yeah, I haven't had a Christmas tree for a couple of years now for that exact reason.
How about you try not to get shot at, for starters?
Yeah, I think more than likely that he got a job rather than me got a job at that point.
Your track record isn't great on that one so far.
Right.
Kitty got the zoomies. Yeah, he gets the zoomies more. That's more of a late night thing. When he gets screaming, that's more of a midday type thing. Particularly if I'm talking. He doesn't like me talking. I just figured we should catch up.
I'd berate you for wasting my time, but frankly, I needed a break anyway.
I don't know, I'd hire him over myself as well.
Other than being
I can't blame
overworked and
them.
underpaid, I'm doing just fine. It's been a while since we've just hung out, so what do you want to know?
We can do a little bit of, find out a bit more about Lexi. Why did you transfer to the Neo SFPD?
Ah, hell. It was a lot of reasons. I don't know if you remember that incident back home, the hybrid ex-Marine that was murdering people. Well, I couldn't tell you back then, but that was my case. I kind of threw myself into it too hard. Made it too personal. Broke too many rules.
Oh dear.
The chief had my back, but I felt I'd burned too many bridges. It's a small city, and once the rumor mill got going... Well, I was afraid I'd either be made out to be a hero or a villain, and I didn't really want to be either. Never mind the fact that people already didn't like me too much because of my implants. Some people really buy into that eyes are the window to the soul thing. So I figured I'd move to the big city, where the big crimes are, right? Lose myself in the hustle and bustle. Turns out I'm still a bit too much of a cowboy for the NSFPD, but I don't regret the move.
No, I don't think it was good that a particular person in the chat was told that Lexi refers to herself as a cowboy, but there you go. You've now added that to your mental faculties.
Most of the time.
Have you been seeing anyone since my sister?
Nah, not really. I'm real busy, you know? Running around, chasing bad guys. This isn't a pulp novel. The detective doesn't always get the girl in real life, you know? I'd rather focus on my work. You ever talk to your sister, by the way?
It's a very telling silence, Lexi. Ooh, should we, what do you think? Should we, encourage her to call her sister? I think I know the answer, but I'll leave that up to you actually. Yeah, response in the next couple of seconds. I'll let you decide. I know my sister would kill me should I send her X to her. I think if the game gives me that option, I'm gonna role play a little bit. So I'm gonna say that our character is gonna say whatever. If our character was to say to call her, it would be because we knew that maybe she would be happy to receive a call. And if we didn't, then that's probably because we knew it wouldn't be a good idea. Tends to romanticize things. Yeah, I think let's go for it.
Yeah? Yeah, maybe I should.
Nothing else really, just checking in.
Well, thanks for keeping tabs on me. We'll have to sit down for coffee after this is all over.
This stream does not condone murdering your sister's exes. But good for you. Thanks for talking to me, Alexei.
You be sure to come back if you find something I can use.
Rightio, let's go visit Tomcat.
Welcome to Stardust.
And look, we've got another bartender. And we've got a bear, ladies and gentlemen, and everyone else. That is a cute heckin' bartender. It's the other bartender for Stardust. He's a big bearish type with a hairy chest and an oafish laugh. Bartender.
Sorry, I don't think we've met before. I'm Gus. You have a really cool ROM. How's Stardust treating you?
Not bad.
That's good. But we can do better than not bad. Let me know how we can help. Majid may not have a memory for mixed drinks, but he loves listening to his patrons' problems. You'll have to let me or him know if you need any help. We try to run a tight ship around here.
Would you mind telling me about yourself?
Oh, there isn't much to tell, really. I came to NeoSF from Arizona to finally live somewhere more thrilling. Majid needed someone good with numbers to handle back-of-the-house sort of stuff. So, here I am. I didn't grow up in big cities like this, and I always loved listening to Majid's stories from the Bay. Everything is just so exciting.
Do you know anything about Hayden Weber?
Hayden? Oh, you're who Majid mentioned before, huh? Oh, no, sorry. I've met him since he's a regular, but I've been out and about on business. Haven't seen him in weeks. I wish I could help more.
I'll let you know if I need anything else.
Okay, I'm gonna get back to this, but don't feel bad if you need to interrupt me for something.
Thanks, Gus.
Sure thing. Enjoy the bar.
I was waiting to introduce you all to Gus. Let's talk to Majid again.
Hey, good to see you back. What can I do for you?
Just killing some time.
Yeah? It's a little slow tonight. Things pick up and I get pulled away. You should chat with my boyfriend, Gus.
Hey, boyfriends. Everyone in the game is having a real bad hair day. No, that's just fashion. That's just the fashion. It's like 44 years into the future or something. Oh my goodness, thank you so much for the bits. I knew having a bear in the game would get people to open their wallets, their bit wallets. Well, haven't I seen Gus before?
He's been running around all over NeoSF looking for new acts since he handles our talent. I think he missed being behind the counter. He does get a bit overwhelmed by the hustle and bustle, but he could run this bar with one hand tied behind his back if he wanted.
Toothpaste older Raven 2050. Yeah, pretty much. I like. It's an aspect of it that I like. This game is the design, like the future design and the world building, where it feels recognizably different without it feeling necessarily like anything else. Like with stuff like that, with the fashion and the hairstyles and everything, it seems plausibly different, but it's not just like, oh, they're just doing like an 80s thing, or they're just taking it from like Blade Runner or something. It's not just like what's popular today, but more so. It's a neat little thing they've done design-wise. So you tend a bar without knowing all the drinks.
That's what a ROM is for. I'm a people person, and that's what matters, right? I can just look up all that other stuff.
Oh yeah, I've wanted to watch The Expanse. That's one of those things that everyone tells me is really good, that I would enjoy. Huh, well, I'll leave you to it then.
Sure thing. Don't be a stranger.
Don't think that there's much here, so let's explore. Yeah, way fewer people this time.
The trace amount of liquid left in their glass suggests the person was drinking.
And there's a Hassie spike. Let's talk to Tomcat right away. There's Tomcat in the right place at the right time. Better go tell them about when you weren't.
Hey y'all, how goes the search?
Not great. Hades' apartment was ransacked and someone stole the data cache.
Shit, well, I can't say I saw that one coming. I figured that they'd nab anything they needed the first time they hit the place. Huh. Any ideas who it could have been?
The walls had been spray painted with many grotesque human revolution slogans. It is possible that Hayden was targeted by the organization for his work at Parallax. While my development may have been a secret, he is rather well known for his work on virtual intelligence data.
I believe actually that it might be she, they, because I think someone used she.
A layman would not understand the critical.
But they were just using they before.
Myself and a VI. Nor do I think the average human revolution member would care to make the distinction. Equally likely, it is an effort to throw us off the trail of who's actually done this.
So we got a couple of options here. We can check out the protests. Getting knocked out gave us a lead. Either way, we're going to check out the protests.
Right. Dr. Fairlight was very kind to point us in the direction of the Human Revolution protest leader. Hopefully, we'll be able to get to the bottom of this after interviewing him.
Yannick Fairlight? When'd you run into him?
Oh, we were ambushed at the apartment and got hit with some kind of neural stunner.
What? Are y'all okay?
Yes, we made it to the nearby hospital, and Dr. Fairlight happened to be occupying the same room we were placed in. We had a discussion with him about Hayden's situation, then came here.
Well, shit. Things sure are getting more serious than I first thought.
Well, shit.
Y'all need to keep a sharp eye out. Being attacked means the bastards know you're looking now.
I'm confident in our ability to push on.
What do you know about Dr. Fairlight, Tomcat?
I can't say I know much about the man.
Well, wake up, Dormouse. Welcome back. Yes, you did get to watch today. You haven't missed much, as you can probably tell. We're just talking to Tomcat.
Fairlight always was a bit of a shut-in, even back when he ran System 1, his old company. He didn't make any more public appearances after the merger between them and Parallax, but he was still working with them for 6 or so years past that. Nowadays, he shows up in the news once in a blue moon for some charity thing or another.
Oh, you should totally do a doodle of Tomcat.
But, well, it's all just rumor, but I've heard he holds a grudge about it hotter than the Clantons after the Earps. I'd take care to look this particular horse in the mouth real close if I was you.
Fair enough, we'll be careful of him. Yeah, kind of,
Good. Now to lighten the mood.
yeah, I did feel like it's a little bit sus, that we just happened to run into him, but, yeah, we're gonna carry it out in our pockets.
While y'all were chasing your tails, I managed to find a way into the Parallax network.
Ooh.
Once I'm in, I should be able to dig out Hayden's personal info file easily enough, including anything related to him on all security clearance levels.
Yeah, I think it is. I think it might be. There is official artwork though that you can check. If you just Google "Read Only Memories" and Tomcat, I think it'll pop up, but you can see for sure. But it looks like
Parallax
it.
is anything on Hayden's situation.
It could just be their
It'll
lip
be
as well, to be fair.
Fantastic, Tomcat. I knew Hayden's faith in you was not misplaced. How long do you think it will take you?
Well, that's where the rubber meets the road. Parallax actually has considerably better net security than the last time I cracked in. I'm gonna need physical access.
It's kind of interesting because I've been writing an essay on cybersecurity today. So having now like cybersecurity becoming a plot point in the game, it's kind of a funny
I've
coincidence.
got a good idea where a node for us to slice into is, but it ain't exactly in a nice part of town.
Ooh.
In fact, police have basically wrote it off as a lost cause. Not enough profit in it.
I do like when games have nodes.
I know Jess has some contacts in that area.
What's your favorite node in a game?
She's that girl that chewed you a new rear when y'all first came here. Yeah, it's a tough sell, but she might be able to help y'all get in and out of that part of the city without ending up in a parts bin at an organ shop.
So we can either ask about Jess, we can comment on the privatized police force, or be a bit of a dick. We're not going to be a dick. We're going to ask about Jess.
You might not be able to tell, considering her viper's tongue and penchant for hitting the clubs harder than she's got any right to, but Jess is actually an attorney. She specializes in defending people in violation of the Human Protection Act and does almost all of her work pro bono. That's earned her a whole gaggle of pals amongst the hybrid community around here, as you might imagine. Ain't no one gonna cross her in that part of town. Black market hybridization ain't exactly HPA compliant, if you catch my drift. And none of them ever know when they might need her to defend them in court.
Her accent is just so beautiful. I love it. Profit? It's really gone to shit since the police privatized.
Hey, we ain't got it that bad. I mean, at least our police force owns its own self. I hear down in San Jose, the richer neighborhoods have actually started hiring the gangs to protect their places. When even the rich folks can't get good police work, it's a sad state for everyone else. And the less said about LA, the better.
Fun. I guess I'll go grovel until she agrees to help.
That's the spirit. I need a little time to get all my tools together to slice into Parallax's network, but y'all keep me updated. Maybe y'all get lucky and find that data cache too. But I ain't gonna count on it. Jess is still hanging around here at Stardust, but I saw her head over to the VIP room. It's hybrid night and she's a popular gal. Just please remember to play nice or her friends will thump you something fierce.
Okay.
I'll send Jess a message letting her know that y'all are looking for some assistance and we'll see what happens.
We'll be in touch, Tomcat.
Sure thing, huh? I've got to head on out of here and get started on setting up a run. Just have turn, let me know when y'all are ready.
Alright, they're out of here.
Oh, I see Jess over there behind some ropes. Let's go over and say hi to her.
Oh, hell no. Look, I'm really trying to have a good time today, and the Human Revolution crud muffins have made that very hard for me. And your interrogation this morning took a bad day to worse. I asked around about you, Journo, and I don't have anything to say to you. The last thing I need is you prodding at me without telling me you're press. Besides, the VIP section is only for hybrids and friends on Hybrid Night, and no way am I vouching for you. Hey, bouncer! We got a capital A asshole over here!
You heard her. Let's go.
Oh dear, didn't go like we'd hoped.
How rude! She didn't even give us a chance to explain ourselves. We have to get back in there and try to be reasonable. Surely she will see the importance of our task once we've explained everything. But that bouncer probably won't let us back in. Perhaps we should try befriending someone nearby and convince them to vouch for us?
Alright.
It's a statistical long shot, but the worst case scenario shouldn't leave an excessive amount of physical damage.
Very promising, yeah. There's a game railroading a little bit there. I think it would have made sense to let you kind of figure that puzzle out yourself, probably. But even so, it's pretty obvious what we need to do. Even still, they probably won't ever get off that machine, no matter how long you wait. The VIP bouncer, blue skin and a lot of bulk, a hybrid.
No way I'm letting you back in.
Okay, well, we're gonna got a couple of people we can try. Got a distant patron, a focused patron, and a distracted patron. Let's try with the focused one.
The trace amount of liquid left in their glass suggests the person was drinking.
Sure thing, hun. The one thing I hated in Britain, people refer to me as hun or love. Yeah, love is the big one. Love is just completely neutral meaning, really. I don't even know what the equivalent would be. Like buddy or pal or something. But like for kind of an older tinge to it. People say love here all the time. I got really used to it pretty quickly.
Give me a few minutes, okay?
Okay, let's talk to the distracted. A tired person that appears to be lost in thought. Sorry, I don't really feel like talking. It's been a long day. Maybe after I had a few drinks in me. Maybe I'll get something fruity. A distant person, a lone hybrid with horns coming out of their head. Sorry, cutie. Not quite ready to play the room yet. Gonna try to get another drink in me first. Maybe I'll get something really sweet. Come pick me up later.
Sorry, but I'm pretty wrapped up in something important. Don't have time to talk.
Well, we got one person who's got voice lines, so I'm gonna assume that they're more important.
Hey, good to see you back. What can I do for you?
So that person was drinking Hassie Light.
What are you having?
Oh, it has a spike, that was it. So, yes, we're gonna order one of those,
So
and then
many
we'll see if
drinks
that
these
works.
days.
Dictionary, the Open Alcoholopedia says...
Oh, I got this, sweetie.
Wait,
Sometimes I think I'm just holding up the bar rather than running it.
No, I just memorized all the drinks. You're better with the customers. This one is...
A shot of Hassie Hot and a shot of Korean soju. Serve hot. As the ad says, why mess with the rest when Hassie is always the best? Gotta have your Hassie.
Rawr. Thank you, hon.
Sounds good.
Here you go.
So let us offer our Hassie Spike.
Hey, how'd you know my favorite?
You gave him the drink.
Haven't I seen you at my tattoo parlor before? I'm Boris. Have a seat. Well, as long as you don't mind me being distracted by this jerk.
Must be a big deal since you're trying to deal with it here. Ask us what's the problem first.
My boss has just managed to lock themselves out of our company's servers. I'm not sure exactly what they did, and I don't have my company ROM on me, so I'm trying to walk them through what to do over the phone. It's not going well.
That's pretty relatable. What do you think the problem is?
It could be any number of things. I already confirmed it wasn't just a password issue. They probably deleted themselves off of the user table or something. I hate giving non-IT people that kind of access, but the higher-ups in the company insisted on it. So incompetent.
How can you fix it?
I'll probably just have to go down there and do it myself. I'm not gonna be able to do this over the phone. I guess I gotta head out and take care of this. It was nice talking to you. Thanks for letting me vent. I hope it wasn't too much. Maybe I'll see you around.
Alright, bye. Okay, so we gotta try with the other two. We got the distracted patron wanted something fruity. Fruity, okay. So we need to find something fruity.
Good to see you back. What can I do for you?
I'd like a drink, please.
What are you having?
So an apple teeny sounds fruity?
Let me look up how to make that.
Dictionary, the Open Alcoholopedia says...
Oh, I got this, sweetie.
I like how Turing gets wiki blocked. 1.5 parts vodka, 1 ounce sour apple schnapps, and a splash of melon liquor, and a squirt of lemon juice. Oh, thank you for hosting, Super Sweet Boy. That's awesome. Thank you so much. If you are watching this and you don't already follow Super Sweet Boy, then I recommend it. It does great videos. Does quizzes, and like he's playing Donkey Kong Country, which is really cool. It made me really want to replay those games actually, because it's been ages. And ones that I really love, the original Donkey Kong games. So it has a sour taste, but it's definitely fruity.
Thank you, hon.
So we're gonna try that one.
Here you go.
I do have a Switch, actually. Been wanting to get a capture card if I can afford it at some point, because I would like to stream from the Switch as well. Let's try that one.
How did you know what I was planning on ordering? Well, at least keep me company while I drink it. I'm Caitlin.
Now I believe that the voice actor here for Caitlin, I may be wrong on this, but I'm pretty sure that the voice actor is Zoe Quinn, who you may know as the creator of Depression Quest, and who now works for Heart Machine. So they worked on what's it called, Hyper Light Drifter, and they're working on their new game, like one of the head writers. They do great stuff. They're cool as heck. My name's Rocky. It seemed like you were alone for a while.
I'm usually a lot more sociable. Things have just been rough today.
Oh yeah, oh yes, I did see that they were on the Switch Online service actually. I cancelled that a little while ago, but as soon as I can afford to, I'm gonna resubscribe. Care to tell me about it?
My brother's going through gene therapy. He still has to go in at least twice a week for health and maintenance. There are human revolution protesters outside the clinic, making it even harder for him. They're always outside, harassing anyone coming in. It's exhausting.
I'm sorry to hear it's like that.
No one else lives around here, so I'm kind of all he's got. But it's not a big deal. They'll be done with the main set of treatments in a few weeks, and we'll be free of them. I just feel bad for everyone else they're messing with.
He's lucky to have you.
Aw, thanks a lot. I'm lucky to have him. So, there's plenty of people here. What made you want to talk with me?
No one should be that bummed at Stardust when I had his drink.
Oh geez, this really is my favorite drink. I have to wake up early for class, but I'm at the club, so I guess I'm already too deep in.
Oh really? What are you studying?
Graphic design with a focus on advertising. I even get to do some local stuff. Trying not to brag, but the Zone 3 ad on the bar is totally my doing. I have some really good client relationships locally, and there's so many interesting people too, like you. Hey, it's been really nice talking to you, but I kind of feel like dancing now. You want to come with me to the VIP area in the back?
Hell yeah.
I have some friends who might be over there. We can hang out with them. They'll like you.
Sure.
Great, let's go.
Yeah, let me double check that
say
is.
to beat it?
Let me double check the that it is actually Zoe Quinn, because I'm pretty sure it was. Yes, Zoe Quinn is Catelyn. They're cool as hell.
We're
I like them a lot.
Caitlin. She said we could join her.
All right. But it's on her if you can't stay out of trouble.
Hey! You have an incoming call, priority marked as urgent.
Oh dear, okay.
Well, hope you come by again.
Excellent. Sorry for making up the call. I'm still getting used to the whole subterfuge thing you humans do.
I'm too pure for your lies.
However, we can take another run at having a conversation with Jess. We have a dragon to slay. Onward.
You're being so mean to lovely Catelyn there. But we do need to talk to Jess.
And you're back.
We could have hung out with him for a while.
You know, as soon as I first saw you, I hoped you'd be dropped like a bad packet off the mesh net and I'd never have to see you ever again. So of course, I just got off the phone with Tomcat, practically begging me to help you out. You aren't so good at the long-term play thing, are you?
I think we got off to a bad start here.
You mean you don't stick both feet in your mouth every time you talk to a hybrid? Surprising. Let's just get one thing straight here. I'm only willing to talk to you because I owe Tomcat. I don't owe you shit.
One thing I like about this is like a minor thing, you know. I think this was intentional, but I like how the fact that you immediately sort of get in her bad graces in the way you do it is really coolly done, because it's like it puts you really in the position of basically slipping up, and particularly like when it comes to talking about someone who has like an aspect of their personality. If you're being ignorant, not being mean necessarily, but you just say something. Oh my god, thank you so much for following. Oh my god, sorry if I can't pronounce this. Ashostakolich. Sorry if I'm saying that wrong, but thank you so much for following. That is awesome. Welcome. I hope you're having a good time. But I kind of like how it puts you in this position of like, basically, like she says, put your foot in your mouth and you say something ignorant that you don't mean to. And they're saying like that she has plenty of reason to be suspicious of people and having that kind of an initial initial negative reaction and responding very strongly. So I don't know. It's just a cool kind of way that you like. It's I feel like it represents. I've been on kind of both sides of that, and I find that kind of a cool way to mesh that into the gameplay.
You gotta do something for me.
It's a Russian name turned into a play on words. No worries. Oh, I'm so sorry. But yeah, it's a cool name. Thank you so much for watching. Oh, we got some cat. We're gonna get some cat content as well. Right on time. I'd be happy to help. What do you need?
What I don't need is you kissing my fuzzy ass. Only people I like get to do that. I'm not buying it anyway.
So it's like you can either like try to basically make amends, or you can just like double down on your shitty behavior.
I need you to break up those human revolution protests. The ones at the Genus Clinic on Market Street. I'd like this handled with some stealth. Not that I expect you to know what discreet means. Either way, just get it done. I got clients in the middle of treatment cycles. And this media circus is making their lives difficult. That means it's making my life difficult. Let the bastards go march somewhere else. Like Washington. Not here.
I know it's not my business, but are you okay? You sound upset.
I'm just great. I'm peachy. My clients get harassed and beaten on the daily. I don't have the time or money to help them all, and I have jackasses like you bothering me on my one day off. So, you gonna braid my fur, and we can talk about all our problems and boys we like?
You're not telling me something.
Whoop-de-freaking-do.
Oh,
Figured it out.
It's Mario time. Alright, so Wake Up Dormouse has redeemed Mario time, and I'm gonna be lazy, I'm gonna pick this one. So the Mario time means that I'll show off one of my Mario figurines of my vast collection. So I'm gonna pick this one, and this is one of my favorites. So please, can we get some... This one I like for a lot of reasons, partly because the paint job on it is really good. I'm gonna bring the... so that's not so harsh. Can we get... Oh, can you please just focus the camera? Anyway, I like this one a lot because the paint job is great, the model is great. I don't like that it's got writing on his ass. But what I like about this model in particular is the fact that this is not based on an existing render, which a lot of these models are. They'll just take like one of the official artwork renders from one of the games, then they'll just model it. But this one is unique. There is no render like this one. And I really like it. It's got a cool pose. It's very energetic. It's very fun. So that's one of my favorites. So I've got it right up front. Oop! And now I fell down. Mario ass is copyrighted. What does it actually say? Let me. So on Mario's ass, it says manufactured by Jack Pacific, PSH Malibu, California, CE. Okay, we've got USA. Yep. Yep. That's how you get me to read copyright notices. Is put them on Mario's ass, and then I'll read them all. I'd read the whole iTunes agreement if that was on Mario's ass as well. Vaporwave Plumber Man. Yeah, I'm sorry about the. I don't think you don't get the full experience with the color filter, unfortunately. But you get me talking about stupid Mario stuff.
Well, fine. Have it your way.
Ralph, come on, don't go into that.
You want to know what my deal is? You really want me to get sappy?
Yeah, I kind of do, actually. Let's find out about Jess.
Skin cancer.
Oh, okay. That was more of a bummer than I thought. Okay, Ralphie, come on. Alright, so before we get into this, I'm going to say hi. I think there's some new people in the chat, so say hi to them. So if you don't know, this is Ralph. My kitty? Please, you get comfortable? Can you say hello to people? Yeah, there we go. There we go. There we go. Yeah. No, actually, I'd preferred if you didn't. No, I preferred if you didn't. Is that okay? Can you... No, not sitting here. He's trying to sit on my keyboard. Please, not now. Not now, okay? Come and sit here instead. Right into the microphone, please. Right. So with that in mind, that's a nice little that's a nice little primer for this conversation.
Stage 3. My prognosis was so advanced that the doc said my bones were already lost. So I had to do something drastic. Completely restart my biology from scratch. You ever seen someone with a severe gene splice? From something freaky, like an insect? That's where hybrid tech began, you know. Where my therapy started. You can't imagine what it's like to have children cry from just looking at you. When people just see you and sprint the other direction. I had police following me everywhere I went. I lost my apartment. I lost my dignity. Eventually, I was lucky enough to qualify for the cute kitty cat cure to override the expression of the chitin. It changed my life. I have my job and purpose because of it. The fur doesn't scare the rest of the world too much to let me exist. Better an otaku's fluffy wet dream than the monster from a horror VR drama from Japan. My mom still can't look at me straight. Not to get even mushier, but as a kid, she would sing me a song as she counted all the freckles on my face. She hasn't let that go. You know how your folks look at you when they figure out you finally had sex or did crash? It's like that. All the time.
I'm sorry that happened to you.
Oh, now you're sorry. You haven't even heard the worst part yet.
Please, this is an emotional scene. Don't have to focus pull so much. There we go. Vincent the cat over here sends his regard from Sweden. Yeah, cats do be getting all up in your grill all across Europe today.
The amount of gene therapy I underwent exceeded the limit that the Human Protection Act allows for procreation. So yeah, the government freaking spayed me, if it all wasn't hilariously dark enough. First I'm too ugly to look at, now I'm too screwed up to breathe. Saving my own life forfeited my right to be a person. The Human Protection Act. Ha! Apparently protecting humans doesn't include me. Only genotypicals could live in this city and truly think they're the ones who need some protection the most. In any case, I had some clean eggs frozen and we'll whip them out whenever I'm ready. Except keeping that shit on ice costs. And my insurance decided to just not pay up due to the elective nature of my feline gene therapy. So I took those bastards to court and won. And I've been doing the same thing for everybody else ever since. So, there you go. I got cancer, super science fixed me up and left me a freak, and then the government sterilized me so I wouldn't go out and make more little monsters. And everyone else gets to be the winner by default. Happy now? How's your savior complex doing? This is getting you off?
I'm sorry, I didn't know.
Don't tell me you would have treated me better if you had. It's never true. I need honesty more than sympathy. You know? Break up those protests, and then we'll talk.
Yeah, we're about to break up some protes. Sounds good to me, honestly.
All right, it sounds like we know what we need to do next. Let's go to Market Street and break up those protests for Jess.
that is indeed what we're gonna do. So we're going to leave. And is the... Yeah, let's just go. I don't think there's anything else to do anywhere.
Well, there are the protesters. I have to admit that I still find the vandalism of Hayden's apartment puzzling. The protests themselves have been entirely peaceful so far, and the human revolution, regardless of the flimsy philosophical ground they stand on, are not a group known for projecting their ideology through unlawful means. The more I research them, the more I have to admit to the statistical conclusion that we're either dealing with a deceptive covert operations scenario, or less likely, a radical splinter group.
Yeah, what it tells me about her initial reaction is that she's so used to people's reactions to her being negative that she really can't afford to not assume that the slightest little say negativity or insult or like a hint in there kind of sends her immediately into well, to be kind of a jerk ass. But I also like how while she definitely is acting like a jerk, the game really goes out of your way to show that, like, while she's not necessarily justified, it's at least understandable, and you kind of can't blame her.
Still, I doubt it will hurt to ask around. Brian Mulberry is there in the center. Fairlight said he was the one to talk to, and my mesh searches confirm that he is the leader of the local chapter of the Human Revolution organization.
Alright. Well,
He's
that's
a
what we're
big
talking
player
to.
on the national scene, but he seems charismatic and camera conscious from the video clips I've reviewed.
It does, yeah. It becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy, and I think that the game doesn't really shy away from that either. That it's kind of like it sets you in that mood of like, oh, come on, just like, you know, like, don't be like this. But then it's like, yeah, I don't know, like you it's hard not to empathize, but at the same time you realize that it just makes things worse. Some people, they can't help it to a degree. It's a shame.
Perhaps we could use that to our advantage?
I mean, it's really is what it is, and it's an example of negativity breeding negativity. So, oh, thank you for the bits. Wake up, Dormouse. Oh, that's dang. That's so generous. Thank you so much. We're gonna look at the protesters. Man, I just y'all with your bits. They're holding a sign, one half of Stay Pure. They seem passionate and diligent despite how long they've been out here. It's Unit NSFPD 20. It's just here to keep the peace. Aren't you sick of losing job opportunities to people willing to sacrifice their humanity for a chance at a quick buck? Aren't you tired of being told that if you undergo some elective gene therapy or cybernetic enhancement, you'd be better than human instead of less than one? Come, support us in our efforts to put the brakes on the runaway march of progress before it's too late for humanity. We want to bring humanity back to a simpler time, a better time, before rampant use of hybridization and cybernetics made us have to question the very nature of our humanity. Let's take a look at Brian Mulberry. An animated older man leads the crowd of protests.
Hello there! Would you like to hear about the dangers of our country's unchecked use of genetic modification?
Who can spot that voice? Because that's a voice that I know very well.
I have pamphlets. Here, take one.
Got a brochure. So yeah, if you can spot who's doing Brian's voice, I'll tell you in a bit if no one can. Yannick Fairlight said to introduce myself. I have one of his cards here.
Oh, yes. Yannick called and said something about an investigation into an apartment break-in. He didn't elaborate, and I'm not sure how I might be able to assist with this. But if Yannick is involved, I'll do whatever I can. How can I help?
We found Human Revolution graffiti spray painted all over the apartment, and some things were stolen. I was hoping you might be able to point us in the direction of whoever did it.
Ah, well, the Human Revolution certainly does not condone such actions at all. We're a peaceful organization, and threatening people is not going to earn us hearts and minds.
Jim Sterling is right. Got it in one.
But off the record, some of our younger members can be a bit overzealous, as any hot-headed teenager tends to be. I'll look into this matter personally, and if I discover that any of our younger members were involved, they'll be turned in to the proper authorities. I'll also let Yannick know anything I find out. Is there something else I can help you with?
Could I ask some questions about the Human Revolution?
What questions can I answer for you?
What are the ultimate goals of the Human Revolution?
We hope to educate the public about the dangers of rapid technological advancements. We want to warn the country away from thoughtlessly accepting every scientific discovery we make, before it's too late. We used to say that splitting the atom would surely bring about the end of humankind. But now we're changing the very things that make us human, our biology, with nothing to ensure our safety. The revolution we're after is humanity as a whole making the decision to remain as we were created, and return to how we lived before genetic science put us on the wrong course. This world is Icarus, flying too close to the sun. It's only a matter of time before our arrogance becomes our demise. Just because we can, doesn't mean we should.
Why protest this clinic?
Genetic modification is one of the most dangerous sciences we've ever fooled around with. It's playing God on the highest order and threatens to unseat what humanity is altogether. Cybernetics is a dangerous path as well, selling off pieces of ourselves bit by bit for mechanical strength and resilience. But at least a brain-controlled android is still a human brain, even if in a metal box. There is a reason Congress enacted laws prohibiting highly modified hybrids from breeding. Now, I do not fault the individuals who come here for treatment, many of whom are disabled and deathly ill. If you ask me, genus isn't the kind of therapy they all need. However, we must take a stand against the medical research industry that would have us cast aside our humanity for their miracles.
How do you plan on enacting the social change you want?
At our core, we are a peaceful movement and seek only to convince people to vote according to the truths we reveal to them.
Yeah, it's fun with Jim protesting the this in particular. Seeing as they were talking, like a week or two ago that they started taking estrogen now.
The Human Revolution has
ironic
that American democracy will win out in the end.
Nah, that's fucking
it
punk.
falls to us to make sure that people are informed about the daunting and confusing technologies they put their senseless faith into every day. On a personal level, we would like to exhort every individual to try and live more simply and reject any gadget or medicine that would make us less than we are. Is there something else I can help you with?
Nope, thank you for your time.
Of course! If you have any other questions, feel free to come back. I always have time for the press.
Right.
You clearly missed doing real journalism. I'm impressed.
Oh, thank you.
I
Makes
think
me feel
you're
better.
starting to get back into the hard-boiled investigative journalist thing. Hopefully we'll get lucky enough to turn up a new lead, even if this one didn't pan out like we'd hoped.
What do you think about what he said?
He was considerably less deluded than my searches on the meshnet had led me to believe.
I meant if he was telling the truth.
Oh, well, he didn't appear to be lying, but I'm not equipped with interrogation sensors. You have more experience with this than I do. Do you think he was telling the truth?
I don't think he was telling us everything.
I'll continue observing you and try to discern how to read people as we question them. A useful skill I find myself sorely lacking in.
One thing I realized is that Turing talks with the same, not the same voice, but the same cadence as Chadley in Final Fantasy VII, the remake.
Lead on.
And now it's funny, now I can just kind of think of them being related.
We're still here to actually break up these protests. Let's see if we can't figure out a solution together. Make sure to look around and think carefully. I'm sure we'll find something.
Yes, we do have a cute robot bouncing. We're gonna look at them right now.
Interesting. A RSU climate control ROM model 6703, if I am not mistaken. Apparently it is owned by the Hassie Bar based on this identification marker. Let's not. 2's company, 3's a cloud.
Ugh. So you haven't got an interrogation sensor, but you've got a pun sensor at least.
This kind of ROM requires an RFID key to access it. It appears to be owned by the nearby Hassie Bar.
Right, we can take a look at the tower. Even though it's been around so long, Suture Tower is still very useful as a powerful broadcasting antenna for high-speed data. Hassie Holdings just released a new Hassie Hot Cup, a disgusting combination of Hot Cup instant ramen and Hassie Hot. The Hassie Bar is another favourite local spot that is open 24/7, the best place to find plenty of great new Hassie flavours.
Maybe we'll find something inside there, or we could at least get a drink.
I don't like how you get with Hassie. It's a Hassie Bar. All drinks are made with Hassie, an energy drink that supposedly has recovering properties. Look at the Christmas. This is the most picturesque Christmas tree imaginable. Its branches are perfectly spaced. Every decoration is placed meticulously. Pure Christmas spirit flows through you momentarily. A feature documentary exploring the queer side of virtual reality. Another VR poster, a business drama called Tomorrow's Tears. Duck Game began as a traditional video game but has recently become a popular VR sport. All the kids are quacking about it. Is that like a long time successor to Goose Game? I hope Goose Game becomes esports. That'd be great. It's a poster for Magical Commander of Yukino, a magical girl VR drama. There are rumors that the plants here are actually given Hassie, not water. Everyone loves Hassie. Looks like they've got a winter fresh Hassie. It's a computable, good for playing games and reading feeds while sipping a Hassie. I really do like a good sassy Hassie. Hassie Hot is also great. She seems bored. Since it's a ROM that handles all the ordering, there's not much for her to do right now.
This ROM serves up the Hassie.
You weird. The counter is so clean it shines. It's almost like it's emitting its own light.
Aww, that is the most adorable
What kind of model is it? Where did you get it? It's so moe.
They're a custom model.
Oh wow, you don't see a whole lot of those around. Must have taken ages to get that case looking that good, with the home printer too. I'm impressed. Anyway, what can I get you?
A drink and maybe some information.
A drink I can do, and I guess I have some time to talk. The protesters outside the clinic are driving off a lot of my regular customers. Filling up my bathroom too, jerks. So, what do you want to know?
What do we want to know? Let's ask. You call Turing Moe?
Sorry, otaku speak.
Ooh, ooh.
I just mean he's really cute and lovable, and you kind of want to hug him forever, you know?
Well, I think we can all agree.
A lot of otaku come around here, probably because I own the place. I'm used to being able to shoot my mouth off and not explain all the jargon.
Otaku, as in Japanese cartoons?
Yeah, I know it's a bit out of fashion, but I'm a history buff.
Oh, is this in a future where anime is old, out of style? Utopia for some, dystopia for some.
The past really gives context to stories of the present. You know what I mean? I've been to Tokyo twice already. The old otaku resist the new culture of the saishi in the same way their parents refused to give up cassette tapes.
The Saishi?
Oh, sorry. The Saibashibito. The cyber dead. In the early 21st century, Japan had an epidemic of chronic shut-ins, and the rise of direct-link virtual reality only made that worse. Suddenly, people weren't just refusing to leave their rooms, they were refusing to leave their heads. But as the technology got better, the Saishi were the first to figure out how to use their own brains to sculpt cyberspace. Computers are good at thinking in straight lines, but the human brain is capable of so much more. The best virtual landscapes, the most real VR dramas and games are created by the Saishi.
I see you're watching one of your hentai. You know, Betty Boop is my Wi-Fi.
Now, even if an earthquake or a meteor or whatever leveled Japan, they still have Neo Tokyo built on the VR net. But enough babbling. If you're interested, I'm sure you can find more out on the mesh, or use an induction helmet to visit Neo Tokyo yourself. It's a trip, especially for newbies.
Tell me about yourself.
Oh, I never introduced myself, did I? I'm Ramona. I guess there isn't much to tell. I went to college, got a degree, took out a loan, and bought this place. Now I spend my days trying to find enough time and money to sustain my VR drama addiction. My priorities are justice, cute stuff, and magical girls, in that order. What else? I pretty much don't leave the store.
You don't seem pleased about the human revolution.
Look, they've got the right to protest, but I don't have to like it. Once they're done with the hybrids, I know they'll be coming for me next. So I'll be voting appropriately. And if I have to unclog one more toilet because of an entitled, bigoted jerkface, I will lose my goddamn mind!
Why would they come after you?
Oh, you can't tell? I've got a cybernetic arm and leg, thanks to an autocap crash when I was a kid. I also got neural links for VR interfacing. If it was up to those dinosaurs, I'd be stuck in a wheelchair right now. Or worse, depending on how far back they want to push our medical technology. It's already illegal for me to have a rocket-powered fist. What more do they want?
Is that your climate controller bomb outside?
It does a good job, huh? Yeah, that's mine. Well, technically, it's property of Hassie Holdings. We spent a mint on it, but the rest of the block helps pitch in for maintenance costs since I usually set it to patrol the whole area. You should check it out when we do Christmas in July. It can cover the whole street in snow, as long as it's cloudy enough to keep the sun off. Sort of like today.
Would you mind if I take it for a spin?
Sorry, but that thing cost me way too many credits to let just anyone poke at it. I would need to see some serious credentials before I let you mess with it.
Okay.
You know, enough to make sure you can afford to replace it if you break it. Otherwise, no touching.
I think that's everything.
Okay. Enjoy your drink and let me know if you need anything else.
Is it going to be enough if we show... Oh, we haven't got our ID, have we?
Dr. Yannick Fairlight. I've heard of him. Super rich guy? Used to own System 1? Why are you giving me his card?
I work for him. He's looking to build a climate-controlled ROM like yours.
Yes. He's getting on in years, and it would be useful for when he goes out and about. That's why we wanted to see it before.
I need a close look at it to make sure it'll suit his purposes.
Yeah, okay. I guess you can take a peek. Don't bust it, though. I scanned this card, and I swear if you break my ROM, I'll be calling your boss. Here's the RFID key to access it.
Thank you. This will surely be useful for our needs. Shall we go check it out?
I think that's what we need to do. And talk to the ROM. You buy Hassie Zero. Yum!
Please don't touch the Hassie ROM.
Maybe nice outside, but it's always hard to leave a Hassie bar. Especially because this is a window, not a door. I forgot about the leave command. Right, so we're gonna try to use the... Oh, maybe we need to use it.
This ROM has multiple different climate control settings. Maybe we could make things a little more festive. Christmas is my favorite season. Should I switch it to snow mode?
Let's switch it to snow mode. That sounds fun. Yeah, turn this baby on.
It's snowing? Okay, people, I for one didn't bring any winter wear. Let's call it a day for now.
Perta's gone, baby. Snow mode deactivated.
Excellent work! While I still have doubts about the moral superiority of using subterfuge to disperse a protest, we at least accomplished our goal peacefully. And to be frank, considering how the human revolution is clearly working against my personal interests, I won't waste many clock cycles puzzling that ethical quandary out.
Nah, that's fair. That is fair, Turing.
Might I draw your attention to those youths over yonder?
Those youths over yonder?
Counterculture clothing, obvious bad attitudes, and graffiti paraphernalia.
It's...
Those could be our suspects who
Doomers.
damaged my home in the name of revolution.
Couldn't hurt to check it out.
Right. We should approach them cautiously as to not start a confrontation with the wrong individuals. They may even point us to the true culprits.
Oh, sorry.
Oh no, they've noticed our attentions. Come along, maybe we can catch them.
Oh dear.
We'll never catch them on foot. Hold on, I'm calling for an auto cab of our own. I know it seems a great deal of trouble for such a tenuous lead, but I have a hunch about them.
Well, we got a hunch.
The wicked flee when no man pursueth. The autocab is estimated to take 5 minutes to arrive. We'll never be able to engage in pursuit fast enough to catch up to them. Perhaps we should call Tomcat. Maybe they can do some bit of techno-wizardry and stop that cab.
Yeah, stop the cab. Good idea. Ring him up.
Excellent. Hold on while I connect us.
Howdy, folks. How's the search for the data cache going?
Actually, that's what we're calling about, Tomcat. We may have located the perpetrators, but they eluded us and are making their escape in an autocab. We attempted to use a cab of our own to tail them, but it hasn't arrived and they're getting away. Can you hack the cab and stop it?
Hack the cab.
No can do, little guy. Security on those cabs is tight, and the dang thing will shut down its external net connection long before I get in. Unless... Oh, I have an idea. Sit tight for just a sec. Alright, that went faster than spit on a skillet. I did a job a few years back and had to break into the city's central traffic network. Do me a favor and don't ask why.
It's funny how hacking into the entire transport network on the city is apparently easier than hacking into a single cab.
The back
But
door I drilled
there you
into
go.
that long ago is still wide open. I'm logging into the traffic management system now.
She's bouncing back and forth.
Wait. Oh, shit. They may not have fixed that back door, but they did install a new counter-intrusion VI. Oh, the damn thing is hot on my tail.
What's a VI?
Virtual intelligence. They're kind of like Turing, except less creative and inventive, and definitely not sapient. But they're nasty enough at hunting down hackers and crackers if you're willing to pay for a good one. I gotta take care of this VI. I'm gonna need the two of you to handle the traffic.
Yeah, we love Tomcat.
Turing, I'm passing control to you. Hold tight.
So, time for a minigame.
Sets of hands on one keyboard kind of hacking.
Yeah, that escalated quickly. It went from, hey, they make graffiti, to the perpetrator flees in a cab during the time to connect a phone call. Yeah.
Just push on the map and loading up on Turin's face. Sorry, Turin.
Ooh, they're on the move.
Here's how it works. Use your display map to keep track of their cab and redirect it back to you. You can trigger traffic nodes at intersections so the cab thinks the streets are blocked off. Do it right, and you should be able to steer them right back to you.
Right, so we're gonna try to get them back to us. Now,
You just
I'm gonna
gotta
try
make
to
sure
win
stop 'em
this.
where you're at, or else they'll just go running off on foot. I'll put a goal marker on the map for you.
I'm going to try to beat this, but you can fail at this, and if you fail at this, you don't get a second chance. You have to find a different solution. But we're going to try to do it on the first
any
try.
node on the map at any time, so plan ahead. I'd say you'll have time for 2 moves every time they hit an intersection. If they go off the map, though, you'll lose them. Block every road that leads out of our grid, and watch the places with 3 exits you can't all cover in one go-around. Just hurry. I don't know how long I'm gonna be able to keep this VI from messing on the carpet, and once I kill the connection, this old trick is over.
I'll tap into the cab control node they're currently arriving at. Our top priority is to ensure they cannot leave the area Tomcat's given us access to. I'll mark the southern exit as closed first.
Yeah, so that means that one is shut off, so they can't go any other way.
Before the autocab will make a decision and move. We shouldn't block the route back here. We have to stop them where we can catch them. Once you get them back here, press the big button on top of the map to shortwire the autocab. Be careful, if you stop their ride anywhere else, they'll just run off. What do you think our next move should be?
Right, so probably easier to block off. Do you think east? That's how I would say, because then they would have to go up. So we're gonna do east.
Turn, I can't have you talking. It's messing with the signal.
It's up to you now. Don't let those punks escape, and don't trap them anywhere that's not here. We can access any of the control nodes in the area at any time. Plan ahead, and we should be able to get them. Got it?
Right, so I'm gonna see if I can plan ahead. So one of the ways we could go here is block north and east. Then they would go west probably. At which point we can block the two exits. But then you don't want to have them come down. Because if you do that, then they're going to come down to that one on the bottom left. And that's got 3 exits, which we can't stop them from doing. Yeah, so if we send them east... If we block west and north, they would probably go that way. But then we can't send them back, can we? Run them in a circle to the east. Okay, we can try that. Let's try. So we try those. Yeah, so then we'll go that way. So we'll block that so they can't go off. I don't actually think that I managed this on the first time. There we go. We did it.
We've got them now. Let's go.
That's exactly what happened. Thank you for the help in the chat.
Interrogate the miscreants.
Thank you so much for the help.
What the hell do you want?
Yeah, I got the punks.
Who do you think you're messing with, huh? You ain't got nothing on us, and if you don't get out of my way, I'll mess you up.
I'm sure you will.
Hey, what do you think we should do? We haven't observed them doing anything illegal, and we could potentially make this go over smoothly. Or we could share news of this encounter with Lexi before things get out of hand.
Yeah, there's a lot of shoulder pads in this game.
These two seem agitated already, and it may be best to make sure they're handled by the appropriate authorities.
I think the giant collar and choker, so it's pretty cool. He's wearing a paper boat in his head, yeah.
Those are the options I deduced. Questions or cops?
Questions or cops? I think.
Up to you. How do you want to do this?
I think probably just ask questions, really. It'd be smart to grill them and see what they know.
We just have a few questions for you, sirs, if you'd be so kind as to
Did you not hear what I...
Maybe we should just answer their questions. I mean, we didn't do anything wrong, right?
Right! We ain't got nothing to hide!
What's in the bag?
You a cop? Cause if you ain't, we ain't got nothing in the bag!
What's the spray paint for?
We're newbie street artists.
These are the tools of our trade!
These are all above board and legal.
Yeah, nervous punk, angry punk is a lot better than good cop, bad cop.
We just got done making a piece for a client.
That's right! We're artists!
Why'd you run?
Running? Who's I running from? You calling me a coward?
I don't think that's what they were insinuating.
Right! We just got places to get to, and gotta go fast! You're holding us up!
Gotta go fast. This is ridiculous.
Enough! Stop assuming you can misdirect us with blustery words and feigned ignorance.
Oh, I love when Turing goes off.
I've matched the hues of those paints and the patterns of the bottom of your shoes with 95% accuracy to the scene of Hayden Weber's apartment. Now tell us what you were doing there and why you stole Hayden's data cache.
Now you're accusing us of stealing? Why, I oughta...
Chad, I think they're onto us. Maybe we just answer their questions so they don't go to the cops?
Damn it, Oliver! I told you I'm Starfucker now!
I only went along with this because you said we would go to a movie afterwards. I don't even care about this human revolution stuff. Just because you're dad...
Don't talk about my dad. Fine. Whatever. We'll answer your friggin' questions.
Alright, so we're talking to Starfucker now. Why tag Hayden's apartment?
Aw, man. No big reason. I mean, he's a big hotshot researcher at Parallax, right? We heard a rumor his place was empty. Who's gonna pass up a sweet target like that? We don't need any more of this tech shit, like your lippy Rom over there.
You don't know anything about Hayden's kidnapping?
Kidnapped? He's been kidnapped?
Shit! We ain't got nothing to do with that! We just sliced the door controls and trashed the place. Wasn't nobody there!
Why'd you take the data cache?
I told you we didn't steal nothing!
Be quiet, Chad. I don't want to go to juvie. Here, you can have it.
We got the data cache.
Okay, well, thanks for giving it back.
Stay out of trouble, you good kids.
Yeah, whatever. Just get out of my way.
We hope you find that Hayden guy. And we're real sorry. We weren't trying to hurt anyone.
Alright, let's go catch that movie.
Great! Can we get dinner first?
Sure. Whatever you want.
That's not right. I'm certain I deactivated snow mode. Incoming call from Tomcat.
Hey, folks.
Yeah, I don't think Starfucker is that charmed by being called a good kid, but you know, I'm not gonna lie. She's pretty cool.
Jess just called and told me she has a clear way to the access node. She'll get you inside, and I'll walk you through connecting me so I can access the Parallax network. That should help our hunt. Did you get the data cache?
Yes, those punks happen to have it.
Oh, great. We don't have time to worry about it right now, though.
Yeah, I think if you fail that taxi thing, you got 2 options to solve that puzzle. Where you can either call Lexi, or you can, I think you can go to Fairchild as well. But since we managed it, we didn't have to do either. So,
Go to Stardust
I like that.
and drop it off with Majid for me, okay? He'll hold it to pass on to me once I get there. I managed to trigger an alert within Parallax's network security, and they're gonna be moving their logs from one secure server to another. I need y'all in place of that access node before they do. No time for lollygagging.
Alright, well, we're not going to lollygag.
No problem, Tomcat. We'll make our way there directly after we return to Stardust. We can worry about the weather ROM's malfunction later. Let's go. Our
Yeah,
mission
sorry we
for Jess
busted.
is done.
That's probably sorry we busted the ROM. I'm going to check if we can say anything.
Hey! I told you jerks not to break my ROM. Now I can't get it to stop snowing. Those protesters are gone, but I'm still not gonna have any customers with it freezing like this.
This Hassy hot cup is the perfect thing to warm me up.
Hard day tomorrow. Thanks for stream. Have a good evening, folks. Tragedy. Yeah, always lovely to have you in the chat. Hope everything goes okay tomorrow. Got a hard day. Hope that's alright. So good night. We're not going to carry on for much longer. I don't think we've been going for 2 hours. But I don't think we're. So I don't think that we're that far away from ending the chapter. But I do wonder if maybe we should actually cut it here before we go to Stardust, because I think stuff's gonna happen. I'll play the scene out first.
Snow out of nowhere? I guess I'll wait it out in here.
Wow, look at it out there. So magical.
Don't think I've forgiven you, you dingus. I better go get some Hassy hot cups going.
Well, all's well that ends well, right? I'll check the mesh for common issues with the mode selector on the 6703 ROM unit and forward the solutions to the Hassy bar owner. I'm certain she'll be able to get it turned off after the customer rush.
So what do you say? Should we maybe call it there? We've gone for just over 2 hours. And we're just about to do big stuff with the Parallax network. As I think maybe that's actually a good time for it. A lot of dialogue in this one. I'm just gonna save. There we go. There we go. Yeah, I think that's probably a good time for it. Because we still got. We'll jump into the next big stuff next time, which should be on Wednesday, unless anything happens. So I'm now going to check if we can raid you off to anyone who's going. Quite a few people are going. Damien is going. My friend Damien is going, so let's... we're gonna send you off to him. He's gonna be playing Yakuza. So please go and say hello, and please drop Ralph emotes in his chat. Now, thank you all so much for watching. I will be back with the 3rd episode on Wednesday, and we're gonna find out maybe we're gonna meet the punks more. We're gonna hang out with Tomcat more. We're gonna get more cute touring, and it's gonna be more queer cyberpunk mystery solving. Love you all so much for watching, and I can't thank you enough for hanging out with me and enjoying this game with me. So please follow the raid to Damien and let them know where you came from, and I will see you in a couple of days. So we're gonna send the raid off right now. So bye everyone.